the same mind. It feels so blind.
So, recorded a whole video just for it to be canceled, but that's okay though. Where do I start? So, I was supposed to take the LSAC today. The LSAC? Yes, the test. Today at 12. Saturday night, I got an email from LSAC, Law School Admissions Council, and they said, hey, we're sorry for the inconvenience. Your test has been canceled due to electronic limitations. They gave me two options. One which was to retest in 2 weeks using a paper test, or I can take the January exam, and they would allow me to do that with no additional charge. So I told you guys I'm going through burnout. So yeah, option B wasn't it's not happening. I have 2 weeks to really get myself together and kind of push myself into that 165 range, because I am going to early decision to Georgetown. I'm doing that in the next week or so because I want to at least get my application in. I don't want to have to scramble and wait because I'm already behind the curve, being it's December. Oh, will be December. Like, they tell you apply early as possible. Just for full transparency, my first 3 years in college, I was not serious about life. I haven't really put in my application that I had a kid at 19. However, I don't want to land as many excuses as the simple fact that I was not serious about school when I went. So my first 3 years, I played around a lot. I skipped classes. I did not want to be in school. It just wasn't a thing for me. However, when I finished my undergrad and then went on to grad school, my cumulative GPA from undergrad is now 2.49. My grad school GPA is a 3.1. Neither of which are impressive. Neither of which can really get me where I need to be. But that's why I'm really harping down on my LSAT. That's why I've prepared as much as I can. And I know a lot of people, if you go on Top Law School, there are a lot of people that are talking about splitters and how, you need to be a URM, you can be a splitter and get in specific schools. I personally know at least the score I need. If you go to the LSAC website, you go to the school that you want to get into, they have people who have those 2.0s, those 2.3s, 2.4s, 2.5s, and got into tier 1 law schools. Maybe not Yale, Stanford, but if you go and you look at the schools, you'll look at the exact breakdown of who applied, where they land in the splitter column. So you'll see people with 2.4s having 171s getting into tier 1 schools. I've even seen the 2.4s within the 160 ranges. They also have their URM on there, indicated by an asterisk. So you want to look into that. You want to definitely look into that before you say, well, no, this isn't for me. But your LSAT story, if you're like me, if your testimony, if you're a vet, even if you're not a vet, if you're like me and you're trying to get into tier 1 law schools, like Georgetown's my dream school, but if you're trying to get into these schools, you definitely need to hit for that LSAT score, definitely in their 25th percentile. That's my goal. That has been my goal since I started this journey. Right now, hitting in the 158s to 162 range is not quite there, but I'm confident that I wrote a phenomenal personal statement, a diversity statement that I have to pat myself on the back for, because it is awesome. I'll link all those when I get in, because I think it speaks to just how you write I hope how you write a great package, because there's nothing I can do about my GPA. That's just how it is. It's nothing I can do about it, but I can do something about this test. It's arguable, should I do it in January? But to me, the burnout is real. Like, the burnout has been real. I've been studying for 7 months straight. The last 5 months have been hardcore, 6 days a week. And I've been intentional about it. So it's not, a lot of people say, well, how well have you studied? I've studied. So it's for me, it's as good as it's gonna get. So a couple of things. So this weekend I had a couple Friendsgivings. And so I wasn't able to make, the video like I wanted to. However, I think it's just, I got this message on Saturday and it just kind of ruined my weekend because I was mentally there. Right, you study for all this time, the test is coming up on Monday, you don't want to drink while you're out with your friends or whatever have you want to call it an early night. And then I got this email late, it was like 8:30 on a Saturday, and I just was, I don't want to say devastated because that's not true. I was just blown. I was a little upset, but quickly I realized this was just an opportunity for you to get better, because these 2 weeks could mean 4 more points. It could mean the difference between a 162, a 166, and a 168. So I'm taking every opportunity. Every question matters on the LSAT, so I don't want to be bummed. Saturday I went to University of Baltimore. So I'm applying to all schools. If for whatever reason I get waitlisted to Georgetown and I don't get in, I'm applying to all schools in the DMV area. That's 7 total, excluding George Mason. So I definitely, I'm gonna blanket apply to all those schools. So I went to University of Baltimore and had a good time. They boast to be the 3rd best law school in the nation when it deals with clerkships, and that's because they have a special program just for their law students, which is amazing. It basically sets you up your 1 out year with a judge here, if that's what you want to do. I know that I have 2 avenues that I want to go in law, one being criminal law and the other being national security. I love national security, homeland security. That's what my background in the military was in. That's what my degree is in. That's what my master's is in, and my graduate certificate. So everything I've done up to this point has been that route, because to me, national security, homeland security it's such a large envelope, and there's so much to do as far as that. I mean, you have your local state government that are also involved in homeland security. So those type of opportunities, I think I've tried to take advantage of. But I can say that University of Baltimore is still a good option. It's a Tier 4 school. So is Howard, but still an amazing school. University of Maryland I think they're ranked 49th, still applying to that. Washington College of Law is ranked in the 70s. And I think, of course, George Washington is ranked in the 20s. UDC is not ranked, but I still am going to apply there as well. I think I haven't thought about the transfer thing. That's something later down the road. If that happens, we'll have a conversation about that. But as a veteran, for me personally, applying to Georgetown, doing early decision to make sure that they realize that this is the only choice for me, but I just have to have the scores to match. And I can make a whole video about why I'm applying early decision. It does not impact me the way other school is. I'll still have to take out loans. I've talked to some great veterans at UVA Law, Penn Law, Georgetown Law, all the schools that I wanted to apply to. And they just talked about the GI Bill doesn't necessarily get you through. If you're a veteran, you're watching this channel, here in the DMV area, depending on your school, you're going to get up to $2,500 for your BAH. What that means is your GI Bill covers you for that amount. But that money doesn't go as long as you wanted to, especially depending on your mortgage. So we'll see. But most veterans say they still take out $10,000, $15,000, which is, a stark difference between the $30,000, $40,000, $60,000 loan that other students are taking out despite having scholarships. And then when UB's assistant dean was talking specifically about the Yellow Ribbon program in conjunction with the GI Bill, he was saying you don't get any additional funding. So the merit-based scholarship, no matter how well I did, right? No matter how well I did if I got a 180, the GI Bill and the Yellow Ribbon cover my entire law school. They will not give me scholarships. So basically, they're saying that if I got a scholarship to come to UB, and specifically UB, and this is true at other schools because UVA is also like this, I know firsthand, because I talked to the financiers. But what happens is if you have the GI Bill, and of course Georgetown is 100% guaranteed a yellow ribbon. So basically what the GI Bill doesn't cover, Georgetown covers the rest of it. Even if you have a merit-based scholarship, you won't get that merit-based as a refund. It will be disseminated out to other students. Georgetown will just take that money back and say, hey, you are fully covered already. You don't need this scholarship. I don't know that 100% from Georgetown, but it's like that at UVA, it's like that at Penn, it's like that at University of Baltimore and University of Maryland. So I assume most law schools are like that if they cover you, because the yellow ribbon, a lot of people don't understand, the yellow ribbon is just a scholarship. It's just a school saying, we want veterans to come here, we value veterans, we'll cover your finances up to a certain point, right? So the GI Bill covers every state school. So if I go to University of Maryland, the GI Bill covers all of it. It covers your whole tuition. What it doesn't cover, then the yellow ribbon steps in from that school and they say, we'll pay for the rest to give you 100% free tuition. However, the merit-based scholarships, they're saying they won't cover you. But I can do that in a whole nother video because I don't want to ramble about that, because I've been looking into this for a while, because I was like, man, if I do really well on this test and I get offered a scholarship, why wouldn't I take the scholarship? Because that's free money, right? You think, if my tuition's already covered and you give me a $30,000 scholarship, I should be able to take that money. Nah, bruh. That's not how they do it. So just be mindful of that if you're a veteran watching this. But anyways, so that's all for now. Right now, I just dropped Justice off, so I'm trying to just upload this video because I promise to put out a video every week, and I'm a little bit behind schedule. But if you are watching this video and trying to get a little bit more insight, I'm gonna do a family clip of just my day-to-day routine from a working standpoint. So that's gonna be interesting, but I'm gonna have some footage on that. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm gonna do some Q&A later, because a lot of people have inboxed me with questions, but they don't comment. I don't know if that's because you don't want your name out there, but definitely a lot of people might have the same question. So if you guys want to comment, ask me a question in the comments below, definitely do that. Like the video, please, so I can definitely want to get a feel of what you guys want to see, or just subscribe so you guys get these updates. So definitely look out for my channel, and I hope to see you guys soon. Like I said, I'll be studying again for the next 2 weeks for this December test. I hope this didn't happen to anybody else, but it's just crazy. Like I said, I got 2 more weeks to really get the score that I need. But stay tuned. I'm gonna definitely showcase some more videos in this upcoming next 2 weeks as I still try to grind it out, still try to get into Georgetown. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, all right, stay up. Peace.
Juice box, junkie juice box. Mother lover, you gon' love this. Graduated from a rebel to a revolutionary. In my area, they love this. I'm a wreck it like I'm revving the engine. Heaven's ascension, every dimension. Give me attention. Look at my soul, look at my heart, look at my hope.